All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Better Together at Math with Shinrai Sensei. And today, we're actually going to be expanding on our previous lesson about translating sentences into math problems. And we're going to actually be solving story problems, which is just solving the problem that you already found in previous examples, right? Well, we have some new examples today that are a little bit more, well, I wouldn't say they're more difficult, but they are going to test you on some things. And I do have a third example that I will have to kind of edit the video, and that way I can erase this and write the third example on the board. Okay? Or I'll write it on the chalkboard. I might try that. But first, we'll go through the 3 steps that we've already got, right, for translating the sentence. These first 3 steps. Translating the sentence into a math problem, or the story into a math problem. So identify the unknowns, represent the first unknown with a variable, all others with variable expressions. Use information from the sentence in step 2 to write the equation. Now we have 2 more steps on solving this story problem. Okay, you actually solve the equation you've written, then you have to retranslate your answer that you get in your equation. You have to answer that question logically based on the parameters set by the question at the end of the story, right? So, first example we have is a puppy weighs 12 pounds more than a kitten. The puppy weighs 7 times as much as the kitten as well. How much do both animals weigh, right? So in this case, we know that the puppy weighs simultaneously, it weighs 12 pounds more and also 7 times more. So the equation is going to be 12 plus k, which is the weight of the kitten, is equal to 7 times k, right? Now, simple matter here, right? You subtract 1k from each side, since the k's are shared on both sides, which leaves you with 12 is equal to 6k. You divide both sides by 6, and that means the kitten weighs 2 pounds. So, the first half of your answer is right there. The kitten weighs 2 pounds. Now, all you got to do is choose whether you prefer doing math or multiplication to put the kitten's weight into one of these expressions in order to find the weight of the puppy. Okay? So 12 plus 2 is 14, or 7 times 2 is 14. Either way, the puppy weighs 14 pounds, right? So you translate this, and obviously you're going to have to substitute that value of k in to find the puppy's weight. But translating this into a sentence is the kitten weighs 2 pounds and the puppy weighs 14. Sound good? Everybody got that? Feel free to take a screenshot or a picture of the board at any point in time, and I hope it really helps you guys out. I was trying to save some space on the board, so if you want me to write these out larger so you guys can have an easier time getting a good screen grab of it, please let me know in the comment section, and I will write these steps out in a larger format that takes up more of the board and is a little bit clearer and easier to read. But if this is okay with you guys, then I'm okay with it. So, next problem. There is a 17-foot board with a hole in it. The hole is 1 foot closer to one end than the other. How far is the hole from each end? Okay? So this one's a very simple one as well. X plus, in parentheses, x plus 1, close parentheses, equals 17. Okay? 17 is the total. X plus parentheses, x plus 1, close parentheses. Right? Now, you can completely disregard these parentheses if you want to, because the operation that is immediately preceding the parentheses is the same operation that is happening within the parentheses, right? There is no alternative being done here. There's no coefficients that you don't even need to worry about coefficients or anything like that. It's a very simple problem, right? So I chose to completely ignore the parentheses because they're only there to show that this is a separate value, right? And in this case, it's 2x plus 1 is equal to 17. minus 1 on each side is 2x is equal to 16. Divide by 2 on each side, and x is equal to 8. Okay? And then it's just a matter of plugging this back in here to show what the second variable is, that, or the second unknown is that we substitute the variable expression in for, right? So this x plus 1 turns into 8 plus 8 plus 1, which is 8 plus 9, and that's obviously equal to 17. So now we know that the hole is 8 foot from one end, 8 feet, sorry, and 9 feet from the other end, right? Pretty simple, all right? Now, I'm going to pause the video recording so that I can write the third example up, and I'm going to do it on the chalkboard so that you guys can hopefully be able to see all 3 examples, and you guys can get a good screen grab of that if you need it. Okay, so give me just a moment. I'm going to pause this. All right, guys, so this is the third example. I'll move this back a little bit so that you guys can still see me, okay? All right, so Joan has 1.5 times as many books as Ramon. Together, they have 45 books. How many books do each of them have? Okay, so R plus R times 1.5 is equal to 45. That's the equation that we get from this, right? Well, now we got to solve. It's easier to solve if you convert this 1.5 to an improper fraction of 3/2, okay? Then, from here, I would get rid of one of these R's on either side, subtracting 1 from either side, or you can add the opposite. It will actually make that next step easier. And then that turns this into 3/2 R is equal to 45 minus R, or 45 plus negative R, right? Now multiply both sides by 2 so you can get rid of this improper fraction, which turns this into 3R is equal to 90, because you're going to multiply this into these parentheses that I put around it to show the grouping, and also to show you that you can't multiply this directly. It has to be multiplied to each individual part of the addition here. 3R is equal to 90 plus negative 2R. Now, add the R's back onto the other side here. So take this negative 2R and add the opposite, which is positive 2R, to both sides. Now it's 5R is equal to 90. Divide both sides by 5. R is equal to 18. So now we know Ramon, who is the R value here, has 18 books. Now all we need to do is write out how many books that means for Joan, right? So Ramon has 18 books, and Joan has, well, the easy way to do that is plug Joan's values in, or Ramon's value into this to find R times 1.5, or R times 3/2. So R times 3/2 is 18 times 3/2. That cancels out into 9, and that cancels into a 1. So that's 27, right? Apparently that marker is leaking. And Joan has 27 books, right? And if you're not really sure if that's going to add up, all you got to do is do an 27 plus 18 down here, just to be sure. And that gives you 45, right? So there are the 3 examples. Allow me to wipe some of that chalk marker stuff off my finger here. Those are your 3 examples. I will zoom out here in a moment so that you guys can see them all. But this is the third example. This one is a little bit more difficult and requires you to actually remember some of the math skills that you've learned. But I really think that it's a worthwhile equation. Actually, when I was in school, I'm using some of the notes that I had from high school, actually. And when I was in school, this problem, right, what we were given for all of these story problems was we were given a bracket of values that it was like, it's either this, one of these 4 values is the correct one. I don't like that. I want you guys to actually be able to solve these using skills, not using predetermined values that you just have to plug in and sit there and go, well, it's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one. Okay, so what one is it? You know, there's no skill in plugging values in and trying to find the answer that way. So I want you guys to actually be able to use your math skills to solve for these. That's why I chose to go the more difficult route, even though in my notes, I'll hold them up. You guys can see for yourselves, like, it was literally just plugging in values and just trying to figure out which one was correct, right? That doesn't reinforce your skills in math. That just kind of makes you lazy and complacent. So I'm trying to give you guys skills in math, and honestly, it took me a minute. You can see with all the streaks on the board, it took me a minute to erase it and rewrite it and try and make sure that I had it right, because I was having a little bit of difficulty. I'm trying to get better with you guys. You guys are hopefully trying to get better with me, and yeah, this actually took me a minute of thinking about how to solve that, because like I said, I haven't really been too invested in doing math and stuff like that. So helping you guys out is helping me out, just like the Better Health channel that I've started, where I do calisthenics and stuff like that, which I will be recording a video for in a little bit. And we'll be doing all 5 days, Monday to Friday this week. So look forward to that. But yeah, I'm trying to get better with you guys, and hopefully you guys are trying to get better right alongside me, and we can all get better together, right? So that's the goal. We all want to get better together, and today just happened to be better together at math, right? I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Let me go ahead and zoom this out so you guys can hopefully get a good screen grab of the boards. Okay, so let me move this tripod so you guys can get a good screen grab. Please take a screenshot of this screen, right? With all these examples and all these steps. Please take a good screenshot. I'll try and be out of your way for at least a solid 5 seconds at the end of the video so that you guys can get a good screen grab of all 3 examples in a place that you can see them, right? And thank you guys so much for patiently watching and all your support. Thank you to all 17 subscribers and all the dozens of viewers that I get every single week. You guys are the best, and I'm going to get off your screen real quick so you guys can go ahead and get a screenshot of these examples. So take a screenshot at any time. I'm off the screen now. All right. All right. Gave you guys an opportunity to get a screen grab there. Please keep supporting me. Keep leaving comments, and any criticism or anything like that, leave it in the comment section below. But if that's about it for today. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.